What's up, vinyl community? Wanted to do a third and final follow-up video to the Black Sabbath series. Parts 1 and 2 focus mainly on the discography, and if you haven't seen it, go back and check it out. It's really cool, and it's really cool because I had some friends in the vinyl community help me out. If you have a favorite Black Sabbath album, please shoot a video and attach it as a thread. I think that would be really awesome. It's hard not to talk about your favorite band or bands without talking about the live experience, and I have some additional leftover video footage where Captain was talking about seeing the band live, and then Eli as well. So to keep the previous videos short and the time managed on that, I had to edit that out. So I'm going to kind of come back and revisit that. Captain's going to come in and talk about seeing the band at different eras. Eli comes in and talks about seeing the band in 2000. And then my own experience, I just want to share really quickly right now. I saw Black Sabbath in 1999 as part of the Ozfest. I think it was a year after their original reunion, but it was really awesome to see all 4 original members there live in concert. Now, it was a long time ago, so I don't remember the whole concert, extremely vividly, but I do remember the crowd singing along. I remember being excited and the hype that built up to it. I mean, they really delivered. I'd like to see the band one more time, but I just don't think I'm going to get to see the chance to do that, or have the chance to do that. But thanks for checking this video out. If you've seen Black Sabbath live, please shoot a video or leave a comment below about your experience.
The first time I saw them, I think was '74. It was in Cleveland. And I can't remember who was fronting them. I saw them several times. My favorite series of concerts they gave, I saw them 3 times, was with Blue Oyster Cult, the Black and the Blue. That was with Dio, though, was with them then. And boy, that was really good, I'll tell you. The one concert I saw in Cincinnati with them, I took psilocybin mushrooms and saw it. And that was really good, I'll tell you.
If you're gonna do it, that's the way to do it. Awesome.
But Blue Oyster Cult had their laser show. That was really spectacular. It was a really good concert. I saw that 3 times. I saw it in Cleveland, Cincinnati, and Indianapolis. Good stuff.
First and only time I have seen Black Sabbath live was back in 2001 on the Ozfest, and luckily enough it was the 4 original guys. But when I first saw Sabbath, and then as many times as I had heard those songs up until that point, when they played Iron Man, I mean, I literally got chills and goosebumps because it just sounded so much heavier and fuller live. The way they played that, man, it was even slowed down a little bit on certain parts. I just remember how freaking impactful that was, and again, I was getting goosebumps, just thinking about it. I am still, and it just brought that song to a whole new light from where it already was before, prior to seeing that show. And I always remember that show, and unfortunately Sabbath is pretty much wrapped it up now, and I'm thankful that I did get to see the original lineup play at least once, and it was a killer show.
I saw Sabbath a couple times in Hara Arena. That was the place to go back in those days, because it had, after the Stampede for the Who concert in Cincinnati, festival seating kind of disappeared. It was too dangerous, but Hara Arena, it was just the right size of a place. You could still have it. It wasn't too big and it wasn't too little. And you could still have it there, and you could get right up front to those concerts. And I saw them there, I believe it was '76, I think. It was for the Sabotage tour, and that was really killer too. Good stuff. I think Nazareth backed them up in that concert. But there was a big difference in this. Ozzy had this great stage presence. I don't think he was as good a vocalist as Dio, but he was like 6'4". He had this great stage presence, a great showman. Dio was this little guy stomping around with high heels this tall, trying to make him look, he's 5'6" or something like that. Great voice, but he just didn't have the stage presence that Ozzy had. Ozzy had this great stage presence, whether he was drunk or not, Great showman. that's kind of like goes back to Dio too. When he left Sabbath, they produced a live album, which Dio claimed that his vocal level was being, when they mixed it, his vocal levels were being reduced in volume.
Is that Live Evil or?
Yeah, Live Evil.
Like people were sneaking into the studio and adjusting the volume levels.
Yeah, he like Tommy was sneaking in there. That's the story I heard anyway. I don't know if it's true or not, but Live Evil. And I remember in the early days, you couldn't get a live Sabbath album. They just weren't out there. They never made one. There was one they made, I can't remember.
Live at Last.
Live at Last.
It was unofficially released by one of their managers, right?
I remember I bought that at a Big Bear store, a grocery store.
Oh, cool.
Like, wow, look, a live Sabbath album. Grabbed it. But it was subpar, bad production and stuff. But Live Evil was really good. It was very high production, very well done. Real good one. I used to have a tape. They played a concert. They used to be on a WCO-FM, which was the predecessor of QFM. They would play an album or a concert every night about midnight, called Midnight and Other Beasts, and they would play an album or a concert. And they played the Black and the Blue, and I recorded that. I had it as a cassette tape, but I lost it. But I'm sure that recording's floating around somewhere, the original recording, you know.
It's gotta be out there somewhere.
Yeah.
I'll look on here and see what I got.
It's probably a bootleg. I must call out my friend the Bat Counts. He was an incredible Sabbath fan. This is way back in the 70s, and he had the whole Sabbath discography up to the Dio time, and we did a lot of rocking, me and the Bat Counts back in those days. So if you're alive there, Bat Counts, rock on.